Now, I want to introduce our last speaker, last but not least. This is a very, very important industry, industry of tourism. And I personally have understood that because when I first went to Palestine in 2005, I saw things that I couldn't believe what I read. I said, I have to go there and I have to see it because I just don't believe it in reading it. And it totally changed my life. Since I came back, I've hooked up with other people that have had the same experience. I think we have to get people there to see the facts on the ground. That's very important. It's just too much to understand or believe when you just hear the words. So this is very, very important to tourism. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Sami Abudaya. He's the chair of the Holy Land Incoming Tour Operators Association and the president and CEO of Natours Company. Welcome.
If you need some more stretching, please do that. I hope you'll bear with me. I'm going to read a prepared statement. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I am attending the HCEF 14th International Conference. I just got off the plane from Jerusalem and I'm delighted that this conference is serving as a venue to look at the city as well as other important sites throughout Palestine through a different type of lens, one that is also business-oriented. We all know Jerusalem as a spiritual capital and very special core city for the three monotheistic faiths. It has sites that we all cherish. These sites have various meanings, and as a result, the city and the country has been contested time and again due to divisions instead of unity. Unfortunately, in recent history, it is the impoverishment of the city and its Palestinian people that have paid the price for its contestation. A situation which has compelled many Palestinian, particularly Palestinian Christians, to leave. Yet, it does not have to be this way. If we tap into the human element, the plurality of Jerusalem and the rest of the country, and market that reality that does indeed exist, we can all benefit and profit from another type of model, which is a win-win situation. It is precisely because we believe in the city's legacy that we hold it in our hearts. Our convictions and our moral obligation towards the Holy Land should push us to invest specifically in tourism sector. We know its potential, therefore we have to make the land not only survive, but thrive, based on our ethics and responsibility. The reality is that tourism is the main force for economic development and income generation in the area of Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Jordan Valley, Jericho. This is because of its links with the impacts on numerous associated industries and services. These are present in both the public and private sector. An increase of tourism would create jobs at every level. The profits of expenditure for tourism services would not only benefit the tour operators and hotels, but would trickle down to every segment of the community, including hotel staff, bus drivers, tour guides, souvenir shopkeepers, etc., resulting in a more prosperous and content society. However, despite the vital importance and of the tourism sector to the Palestinian economy, its tremendous potential remains untapped. This is due to the lack of capacity, funding, and investments. It is also attributed to the impacts of the ongoing occupation that places a cap on Palestinian economic activity, repels potential investments, and offers a competitive advantage to Israeli counterparts. Notwithstanding, these challenges can be transformed into our solutions to bolster tourism in Jerusalem, Bethlehem, and other cities throughout the Holy Land. We can and should focus on honing skills, building capacity, increasing funding, and creating an investment-friendly environment. This can be achieved through assisting startup companies that possess the capability and successful market competition. We should promote sound business practices that enable us to enter into membership with international organizations such as the World Trade Organization, among others, placing us in line with internationally recognized standards. These solutions are precisely why I decided to accept my position as the president of the Holy Land Incoming Tour Operator Association, HCEF, based in Jerusalem and established in 2005. HCEF is a non-profit organization which represents 43 tour operators in East Jerusalem and the rest of the West Bank. We have chosen a positive approach of working together to overcome challenges. 80% of our members are from Jerusalem, and some of their offices have been operating since the 1900s. We play a critical and dynamic role in supporting job creation and stimulating business activity for the Palestinian economy as a whole. As a matter of fact, our GDP, we are around 15% of the GDP of Palestine, which is quite substantial. Okay, we play a critical and dynamic role in supporting job creation and stimulating business activity for the Palestinian economy as a whole. In fact, our members contribute to generating up to 40% of the total pilgrimage market. The association's vision is sustainable and successful Palestinian tourism sector. The mission of HCEF is to assist tour operators and their related partners in the overall industry by providing a strong and streamlined coordination channel. We aim to sharply increase the numbers of incoming tourists through creating and promoting a diverse tourism product, one that does not have an exclusive narrative but celebrates the breadth of Jerusalem and the rest of the country. Personally, I'm committed to offering a product that is Jerusalem or any other site in the Holy Land that lends an in-depth experience to visitors, that they do not feel they are mere tourists, but participants according to their faith. Exposed experiences that exceed their expectation. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is or however it is that we want to define the Holy Land, it is a personal journey, therefore a unique product, and it will always remain so. That is why it has had such vast promise throughout history. Pilgrimage has been one and the same with our Palestinian heritage, our culture, and our income. A continuous element and one that should be remembered, connecting our past with our present. It is persevering initiatives like HCEF that contributes to laying the foundation for a more sound investment environment and a tighter representative mechanism that is needed in Jerusalem. More importantly, is the respect that is attributed to the city, uncovering its Christian and other facets, which form part of the Palestinian narrative in Jerusalem and beyond. Recognizing that tourism is the bread and butter of the livelihood of many Palestinian families, we assume our obligations as the address for tourism in East Jerusalem and the rest of the West Bank, with great responsibility and profound commitment to the community. We have a higher contract as believers and entrepreneurs to support East Jerusalem and the rest of Palestine, as well as our Palestinian Christian sisters and brothers that have been left alone for far too long. This will stimulate Palestinian know-how, productivity, competitiveness, ethically connected our global network with the local community in the Holy Land. Finally, and most importantly, it would contribute safeguarding our holy sites. We, and I speak for HCEF and its members, would like all of you to form part of these initiatives, inviting you to share your own vision with us and support our steadfastness in joint effort to protect and advance tourism as the most important component of the private sector and the mainstay of Palestinian family. Thank you.